Okay, so we are starting with QuickBooks, a small topic because we have majorly noticed that we know about software, but not very aware of how there are many features which we can use at a very point of time, very skillfully. So first, I'll start with the next first point is the plus sign. There is a plus sign. There's a create button that provides you a shortcut to everything, majorly creating of invoices, estimates, receiving payments, journals, transfers, everything. So majorly, you can start using this as your quick access to the search box as well as to creation of any invoices or any kind of bills or any notations. So you can find that attached here that it is provided on the very right on the right hand side on the top of the corner where you have this plus sign stating that what all can be created in a quick go directly. Accordingly, we also have a search button next to it, so which can provide you a universal search within the QuickBooks itself. It provides you if you can type down if you can type even a name or a number, it can search through the whole QuickBook stating where it actually belongs to. And there's an advanced search option as well in that where you can specify if you are looking for something very specific. So you can go around and check through that one as well. Now I'll be moving on to what is available on the left-hand side of the navigation bar. There are a few topics that are available on the left-hand side of the navigation bar, which is dashboard. Dashboard provides you the overall information with graphic modes available over there, which can be edited as per our requirement. So you can go ahead and change if you don't want to review the AR or if you don't want to review the AP on the dashboards, you can go and add it. And if in case if you want to review something specific, you can go ahead and review that and add it over there as well. Next is banking. Banking provides you all the items related to banking like reconciliation, bank transactions, staffing, and everything. So you can display all the bank required details in that. Under sales, you have all the other options like customer hub and other details of the customer invoices, estimates, and other details which can be provided. Similarly, we have expenses on the left-hand side, which provides us the breakdown of suppliers, the bills, the expenses, direct coded expenses, and if there is any other refund expenses as well. Next is employees. Employees is basically related to payroll, which majorly doesn't appears on the QBO section of the UAE parts, but this appears on the US part, so you can ignore that. Next is the report section, which is majorly the section where we require all our details. This provides us access to direct report making, and we can provide all the direct reports available in QuickBooks from here. Taxes provide us access to the VAT, where we have the VAT preparations. You can have the access to know where your taxes are. You can directly track your taxes over here from this section. Next comes the accounting part. Accounting includes the chart of accounts and tools that are tools to reconcile your relevant bank accounts. And there are many other topics covered here, like journal entries and other things. So you can go ahead from accounting and you can check for everything. I'll be moving into the next steps, which is what is the hamburger provides you. The hamburger actually provides you a lot of things in relation to moving in between the different lines. And even in the settings panels, there is a lot of settings available on the client sections. Majorly, if you have to select multiple clients, like if you have to select some other client and you're already working on it, you can go and select it from there. It provides you a setup from. Next, I'll be moving into setup of taxes, which is majorly noted that when we are starting a new QuickBooks, you don't have any taxes set up other than the local, a few taxes. So if you want to set up a something specific tax, let's say if they do not have an exempt tax or a zero rated tax setup, so you have the option available in the QBO itself where you can go add the tax your local tax and then you can start setting it up whatever is required to accordingly. So to set up the taxes, you have the options of you can select the tax name, you can select the description of it. In the tax agency, majorly it is FTA from our side. Registration number includes your TRN number. You can specify the period that we are starting for, and accordingly go ahead from there. You need to make sure that you are update the filing frequency. That is majorly quarterly in our cases. So according and the reporting method, because majorly we all have reporting methods as accrual. If some companies have cash on written papers, then we have to take it up from there. Next is the percentage of sales tax rate. You can percentage that we have a single percentage right now, 5 and 0, 2% only. So you can update that and you can add it as a cash, as it as a tax over there. After you added it there, you will have all the options available here and it shows up like this. So it is pretty much you have all the group. This group rate is specifically in case of we have got a new company like where a single multiple companies try to accommodate into a single group tax. When they want to go into a single group tax rate, then we add this as a group rate and next we detailed it out accordingly with the details from the FTA. Next, I'll be moving on to is the multiple currency. We have multiple currency options available in the QBO sections, but this majorly comes with an upgraded version, not on the not on the basic version. So if somebody who wants to go into multiple currency, first is that we would have to move them to an upgraded version accordingly, and then provide them the access of how they can look for the multiple currency options. It is majorly provided under the accountings and settings under advanced. You can find the option where it shows that you can select the multiple currency. You can first set up what is your home currency and accordingly you can select the multiple currency. Once you select the multiple currency, it gives you the option of what currencies you want to add. So let's say if some companies want to add GBPs, Euro, USD, and other multiple other currencies. So you can add multiple currencies at the same time, same point of time, accordingly into the system. Next is the foremost one, which is online banking, linking bank accounts and import banks transactions. So there are two ways by which we can actually start the banking in QBO. So first is by linking the bank accounts and second is by importing the bank transactions. Majorly linking the bank accounts is available in UAE for major of the banks, but some banks do have the restriction of that they will not be available. They don't have the integration between QBO like Sharjah Islamic Bank, they do not have an integration between QBO versus. So we in that case we only have to import the bank statements. So under importing the bank statements, this is like we have a CSV file, a specific file format, CSV file format, which has majorly four things that needs to be included, which is the date, the description, the debit, and the credit of the expenses amount. These are the four basic things that we require. Once you have the four basic things, you can upload the bank transaction to the QBO. But while importing the bank transaction into QBO, you have to take care of a few things. First is the date format. It should be as per whatever you have selected into the importing section. And this has been noticed that majorly, I believe, people don't get the time to upload it, but it would be a fruitful thing that if you upload the bank statement, it helps you not to miss any transactions. By manually doing some transactions, it is a chance that you might miss a transaction, but by importing it, you will be able to review it on the section in the reconcile section itself, and you will be able to finish all the transactions at one go, one by one, and you know where it falls in case once you have reconciled a transaction, so it moves from the reconcile tab to the review tab. Under the review tab, you will be able to see whether the transaction, where exactly the transaction has been coded and how it has been coded, like an expense transfer or an income or a refund, and what is the account code and what was the date of the transaction. Accordingly, you can review it under the review tab. One after that, we have an excluded tab. The excluded tab states that if sometimes if a transaction needs to be manually added, then you can exclude the transaction from there and it will be appearing on the excluded section stating that it is not to be included in the bank transactions reconciliation tab. So you will be able to still see the excluded transactions in the excluded tab, but it will not be included into your balance running in the format. Next is how to add transactions, because majorly the teams are doing it through journal entries. They do not do add transactions into the section. So once if you start importing the bank statements, you will have to know how to add transactions. There are multiple ways of doing it. First is directly doing an expense one by one or an income by one. So like you can categorize it. If it is an entry of an expense, you can select whether it's an expense or it's a transfer. And accordingly, you can select the supplier name, the category it relates to, and the VAT it relates to. If there is a classification, let's say if some business is a project based or a class based or categorized based, then accordingly we have a class section here, which provides us the direct access to that, and we can.
Okay, we need to wrap it up. It's already 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so team, I'll be stopping it here, but I'll be taking up the next steps in the next session accordingly so that it can be covered up in the next 10 minutes. Thank you for the time, and I'll share this PPT in the with Monica so that she can share it with everybody on the drive. Thank you all.
Thank you.